Ready to go. Racing now. Martini left the gates pretty cleanly in the centres. The Galo away well. Torrens is right there on the rails. Benno showing a bit of speed, and Athabaskan as well. Nobody's really pushing for the lead. Athabaskan won off the fences there, but now Zagalo just given a bit more rein with Jim Martini. Sacramento's rolling forward out deep, and Nerve Not Verve is poking through. Stockman not too far away from them. Stockman's going to settle sixth in advance of Torrens, and now Benno just dropped back a bit in the running line. One off the fence as they turn out of the straight. Surefire down on the rails from Pesto, and LaBelle's caught 3 wide early. Tappy's Lad goes up the inside of High Emotion, then Raging Bull from Asterix, and Normandy Bridge is the last one. So Zagalo in front, and Sacramento, who drew wide out, is gradually rolling forward and gets up outside Zagalo at the 1800 metre mark. Nerve Not Verve travelling strongly in third. Athabaskan fourth. The rails 3/4 to Jim Martini. Then came Stockman, who's taken a spot on the outside of Torrens. Further back to Surefire, then the grey Benno. LaBelle's about the only one who hasn't got a spot in. Caught 3 wide at the moment in advance of Pesto, then Tappy's Lad. Further back to Raging Bull, High Emotion, and the last 2 Asterix on the inside of Normandy Bridge. So they've pretty much all found their spots. 1400 metres to go, and Zagalo is the front runner narrowly from Sacramento, who parks up on the outside. Athabaskan leaders back third, inside Nerve Not Verve. 3 back the inside is Torrens, on the inside of Jim Martini. Then Surefire from Stockman the outer. LaBelle still on a 3 wide path at this point on the outside of Benno. Then came further back to Tappy's Lad, Pesto. Then came Asterix back on the rails, and the last 2 High Emotion and Normandy Bridge. So they start the run towards the High Street side of the course, and Zagalo is just the leader from Sacramento. Then Athabaskan from Nerve Not Verve getting a little bit closer. Stockman goes to 5th, moving up 3 wide. They're followed by Torrens back on the rails from LaBelle deeper out. Benno slicing through the pack as they start to bunch up a little bit at this point. Jim Martini's in that clump as well. Further back to Surefire, Pesto out deep as they come up to the home corner now, and Sacramento given full ball, races to a narrow lead from Nerve Not Verve, and Stockman strides up 3 wide. Further back then to Jim Martini. Benno under immense pressure. Deeper out LaBelle as they straighten up now. Sacramento, Nerve Not Verve. Surefire's running on well on the inside. Then Stockman is flat to the board, sticking on. Jim Martini gets a chance now. Surefire on the far side joins Nerve Not Verve. Jim Martini, she's up for the fight on the outside. Surefire being tackled wide out by Jim Martini and Nerve Not Verve. 3 of them still in it here. Surefire, Dower, kicking hard. Surefire, and Surefire held them all off. Surefire won it. Jim Martini second, a half head away between them. Nerve Not Verve. High Emotion late into 4th, followed by Pesto, Stockman, then Benno. Further back to LaBelle from Sacramento, Normandy Bridge. Gap back to Torrens, Raging Bull, Tappy's Lad, Zagalo and Asterix. For fire, number 5, Joe Morera on the board. Joe Morera teaming up with Chris Waller to take out the chairman's quality. So we had Tom Marquand winning the previous. Joe Morera, we're ready for the English sire. Cylinder is this year's favourite. Ready to go. And they're off and racing. Cylinder's jumped dead set midfield. Last out Cafe Millennium by a margin. And jumping very sharply as bases loaded there on the yellow cap, firing out from Brave Mead, Butch Cassidy, and V8 going forward from the wide draw. Cylinder parks behind. Then came Bold and Blazing, who settles about midfield. Further back then to Militarise and the black cap trying to improve underneath Don Corleone, Mahaba deeper out. Then came Empire of Japan from Peer Pressure, and a length off to Cafe Millennium travelling quite well. Bases loaded in front with V8 zooming up on the outside, going to second into 3 wide spot around Disneck. Then came Butch Cassidy. They're followed by Brave Mead just off the speed. Bold and Blazing deep out. They're followed on the inside to Militarise, just shading Don Corleone. Now Cylinders in the second half of the field in a bit of traffic. Followed then by Mahaba from Peer Pressure, and still back last Cafe Millennium together with Empire of Japan coming around the turn. Bases loaded coming away from the rails. Butch Cassidy's got the inside run. Then came Militarise, and V8 being revved up by Lena length further back to Brave Mead. Now Cylinders coming off hills, getting to the outside. Bases loaded, being tackled by Militarised. And Militarised storms to the front from bases loaded. Don Corleone's running on, and further back to Peer Pressure. But Militarised is on, firing right up here on the English side. Draws away for an emphatic victory. Don Corleone second, Peer Pressure, the lone filly of the field, third in front of V8. Then came Mahaba. Cylinder didn't fire a shot in the straight. Then came Bases Loaded from Brave Mead. A gap back to Cafe Millennium from Empire Japan. Butch Cassidy finished back with the Sundance kids there. Dis, Neck and Bold and Blazon. Militarise. Bang. $26. Militarise. Joe Moreira back in Sydney with an early double on the card. We saw him ride at Warwick Farm. Last year's winner is the favourite, and we're ready to go. Set now. Gates are back, and they're off and racing, and Bandersnatch and Gentleman Roy have jumped well. Gentleman Roy's going to take the lead. Alligator Blood sent forward with Bandersnatch. Mr. Brightside handy on the rails, followed by Converge. Now deep out, Lindemann trying to improve and does so. Zugotcha's going with him. They're followed further back than to Cepheus from Golden Mile. Osipenko's buried down on the inside as they go up into the first turn. Now in the second half of the field, we've got Mustang Valley down on the rails. Deeper out, Protagonist from Duke de Sessa. My Oberon from Fangirl. Nuggets back near third last, followed by Lion's Roar and Hope in Your Heart is the last one. Lindemann leads up the Doncaster field, and the lone filly Zugotcha got to second. Then came Gentleman Roy from Alligator Blood. Cepheus off the track going forward. On the outside of Bandersnatch. Then came Mr. Brightside. Down on the inside from Golden Mile. Communist out deep going global, the American mare between them. Further back to Osipenko. Then came Converge from Duke de Sessa, starting a run out the 600 metres. Further back to Nugget from My Oberon. Fangirl all cluttered up. Mustang Valley the rails. Deeper out, Lion's Roar and Hope in Your Heart. Lindemann spins the corner in front of the Donny. It's Lindemann just in front from the filly Zugotcha. Gentleman Roy. Mr. Brightside cruising up on the inside. Coming down the outside is Nugget with a great run. Zugotcha in front from Nugget the outside, and Mr. Brightside is really starting to lengthen now. Mr. Brightside moved up to join Nugget. Then came Osipenko, Mustang Valley, and My Oberon bursting through. Mr. Brightside in front from My Oberon. Mr. Brightside lifting and goes back to back. Mr. Brightside held on from My Oberon to win the Doncaster again. Nuggets finished in third. Then Osipenko, Mustang Valley, Hope in Your Heart. Further back to Communist, Zugotcha. Fangirl with some headway late from Gentleman Roy, Going Global, Protagonist, Lindemann, Bandersnatch, Alligator Blood, Lion's Roar, Golden Mile, Cepheus and Converge. Mr. Brightside, Zach Purton claims his third Doncaster success, having won it in previous editions on Sacred Falls, It's Somewhat, and TJ's Mistakes of 2023. Nature Strip, the post-time favourite, and the gates are back. Off and racing. Marzu jumped nicely off the inside. In Secret and Maria Mia was sharp into stride, and Passive Aggressive are showing great acceleration together with Nature Strip. Shelby 66 in a prominent role. So Passive Aggressive just leads from Nature Strip, who's got his preferred spot outside the leader. Marzu rails to third from Shelby 66. In Secret off the track together with Maria Mia. Lost and running out very deep from Private Eye. Lofty Strike, Shades of Rose rocketing by. I Wish I Wins the last one, 600 metres to run, and Nature Strip takes the lead clearly now by a length and a half on Passive Aggressive. Marzu rails to third from In Secret, lost and running out deep. Going through the middle now is Giga Kick in the white cap, clear from Shelby 66 and Maria Mia. Nature Strip rolls up the rise, 3 lengths clear from Marzu. Passive Aggressive, Giga Kick 5 lengths away. Nature Strip, the world champion sprinter, trying to fend them off. Marzu's the first to challenge. Nature Strip, Marzu, Giga Kick lengthening, and I Wish I Win down the outside. I Wish I Win went past Giga Kick, Marzu. I Wish I Win from last. A spectacular TJ win. I Wish I Win knocked off Giga Kick and Marzu. Nature Strip fourth, then came Maria Mia. Further back, lost and running, Lofty Strike In Secret. Shades of Rose rocketing by, Passive Aggressive, Private Eye and Shelby 66. Moods has got a good one. I Wish I Win from last, coming right down the outside. The Eagle winner, I Wish I Win, blowing away Giga Kick the closing stages in the hands of Luke Nolan.